Are you a good driver? Yes. Are you a good lover? Yes. Oh, I'm doing great.
Dad, those are just the names of the quizzes. You're supposed to open the magazine.
My way is easier.
Why don't you be the quizmaster and ask other people the questions?
Ooh, Quizmaster, yes. That would entertain me briefly.
Ladies, gentlemen, Mr. Cooper, welcome to a very special bonus episode of Sabrina's Witch Trials. Folks, we're back once again because, I basically went scrolling through BuzzFeed and was like, oh, that's a fun quiz. That can be content. So it's time once again for a challenge of the Quizmaster. And since we got so much good feedback from last episode when we had a very special guest as a Quizmaster, I decided to bring her back, have her serve as Quizmaster once again, and riddle my brain with, well, riddles. That's how that works, or at least questions. So I'm going to go under the microscope and serve as, what's the phrase that they use on, in those stupid girl with a bow and arrow movies? Tribute. I will serve as tribute. While we have
girl with a bow and arrow movies.
I got it, and that's all that really matters.
I volunteer as tribute.
Still don't know the name of those, but don't ask me. That better not be one of these questions. Anyway, the point I'm getting at here, folks. Cris Araujo is back from that wonderful blog, Chris Conquers, Media Maven from over there. She's going to be Quizmaster, and I'm going to be answering a couple of questions. We'll all have a bit of fun for about 20 minutes, and then go back to our humdrum lives of just sucking back cough drops because
scrolling for memes.
It's January, and we're all sick as fuck. Chris, how are you?
Not sick. I'm good.
We'll see how you do tomorrow when you spice it right in the
Stay
ass.
the hell away from you.
The only time people say I'm not sick is right before they get sick. You ever think of that?
No.
A little bit of Confucius there for you, Chris.
Or anytime someone asks them, "Are you sick?"
That is the other time, but mostly it's the time that I said. Chris, are you well? Well, you just said you're not sick.
Yeah. There was I was waiting for the bus the other day, and there was a woman next to me who was like literally like coughing up a lung, and I was just like, stay away from me, demon. I might have been that woman had you been on mass transit at the right time. I don't think you were a petite Asian woman.
Well,
who's standing way too close to me.
My mastery of improv,
hawking up whatever it was that
and imitation would amaze even you. I've been sick the last couple of weeks, and I went out last Sunday. I'd gone out the night before, and I was feeling okay because I thought I'd gotten over it after 3 days, or 2 days rather. And that's definitely how long it takes to get better from having a pretty serious sickness.
Only if you're like taking medicine consistently, like every single. If it says every 4 hours, and like staying in bed and eating soup and like.
I was doing upwards of one of those, so I. So
and it takes longer.
I went out Sunday. I was feeling good up until around like 11 or whatever, and then I just started getting sicker and sicker. So by the time, like on the train ride home, I was already like super sick. But like by the time I got to Flushing, where I would grab the bus to get to my actual house, I was so sick that I ran into the 24/7 Dwayne Reed and was just like, I'm going to buy a big box of tissues and all the Mucinex I can buy because I'm going to need it tomorrow, and damned if I didn't.
Mucinex doesn't actually work.
It actually worked pretty well.
I don't like Mucinex. I'm a Sudafed girl.
But this is basically all this episode is going to be, is us talking about what anti-congestant medicine we take. Chris, are you ready?
I am ready. Are you ready?
Yes. You've got the robe on.
You ready to get quizzed?
I am indeed. We always dress up for these podcasts.
We're in our jammies because...
No, that's a lie.
My jimmy jams.
We take podcasting seriously, and that's why I wore a tuxedo, and you, bit boldly, wore an even nicer tuxedo.
I know, mine is way nicer.
Very Tilda Swinton of you. But I am ready. You have taken this very seriously, and you are ready. Chris, what is the quiz you'll be administering here today?
The quiz that Al will be responding to today is which from TV/the movies are you?
That is correct. We should have to be clear here. Chris isn't developing some sort of ridiculous stutter.
Which?
Which, as in caster of magic from TV or the movies, am I?
As in female warlock.
Very good. Or really, a warlock is a male witch.
Ooh.
Chris, I believe there are 5 questions in this quiz.
I am
a nice
enticed.
Quick one.
I am enticed.
But some interesting questions here. Chris, why don't we just kick it off and you take it from question number 1?
First, pick out some makeup. I'm very curious to see what you're going to pick up.
As we all know, I am quite knowledgeable in the world of beauty products because I am an avid reader of chrisconkers.com. Chris, what are my options?
Your first option is the Urban Decay Naked 2 Basics eyeshadow palette, which I think you actually bought me Naked 1.
Mostly because I wanted to borrow it, but
yeah.
That's me.
The Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer.
I can promise you there are too many words in that for me to actually pick it.
Do you know who owns Fenty Beauty?
Someone with an F in her name.
Her last name is Fenty.
Angelique Fenty.
Rihanna.
Really?
Yes.
Would not have guessed that. Okay.
Kat Von D Shade and Light Eyeshadow Contour Palette. That is the matte Shade and Light, not the glimmer palette.
Very good. I can tell that by the image here. Also, I do know who Kat Von D is. I believe wasn't she on didn't she have a show like a decade ago?
Yes.
Like the
tattoo show.
LA Ink or something?
Yeah, but then I think she had her own one too.
This week on LA Ink. I spent the last year working in Miami, and it was rough. Now I'm back in my hometown of LA to start a whole new life. I'm single, and I'm opening up my own tattoo shop.
Glossier Lash Slick. Laura Geller Baked Highlighter. Or the Clinique All About Shadow Palette.
Very interesting. We have quite the wide variety of makeup here. You've got a couple of palettes of
different
eyeshadow
categories.
Palettes. You've got a highlighter, which I know what that does also. I know where that goes. Right on the cheekbone.
Yep. Not just the cheekbone.
No, but that's where it's got to be.
Depends. You
got a lip luminizer, which would that go on top of lipstick?
It's a lip gloss.
Okay.
You can wear it on top of lipstick. You can wear it on its own. Essentially, it'll make your lips look like plump, juicy, glowy.
I mean, look, I don't want to gild the lily here, Chris. I mean, my lips are already plump enough. Juicy as can be. You squeeze them and like stuff comes out.
Right.
They're pus filled is what I'm saying.
We just call your lips Welch's.
We should call it Maxwell House because they're good to the last drop.
Ocean spray.
Yeah. We should. What else should we call my lips? This is a fun bit we've followed.
Capri Sun.
That's right. We should call it Welch's because it's the
when
real
you
fruit
poke
snack.
them,
What's that?
they squirt in your face.
That's right. We should call my lips Gushers.
Yeah, Gushers. There you go.
Perfect. My lips are actually oddly dry now from all I was talking. And I do know, obviously, the Lash Slick is a mascara. I have heard of the Glossier brand. I believe they're like a mail order, like a box.
Nope.
Brand. No.
Nope.
There's the Glossier box, though.
You know all the pink pouches that I have everywhere?
I do.
Those are Glossier pouches.
I thought that's just how you carry your money to the bank.
Glossier is they used to be exclusively online. They do have certain like storefronts, like showrooms as they call them. There's one in Manhattan, like right off of Canal Street, which I went to on my birthday this past year.
This is all good content, yes. Yeah.
So they're very aesthetic, very minimalist.
Very much. They do look very millennial.
Yes.
In their packaging also, from what I can judge here. Just to speed this along, Chris, no to Fenty, no to Glossier. It's probably going to be one of these palettes. I'm not a huge fan of the colors in the Naked 2 palette. I don't think you are either.
I love that palette.
You love the 2?
I use it every day.
I thought, which one is the one that you don't use?
The one, which I actually wanted the one over the 2, but I got both. And I actually use the 2 more because I feel like the pigmentation is better than the. And this is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette.
Yes.
It's the 2 is also cooler than the 1, which is warmer.
So really, I'm choosing between the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour palette and the Clinique All About Shadow palette. I feel like I like the colors in the Clinique one more, so I'm going with that.
Okay.
Now, this next one's for the ladies. How many times have you gals been late for a high-powered business meeting only to realize you're not wearing makeup?
That's every woman's nightmare.
That's why I invented this revolutionary makeup gun. It's for the woman who only has 4/5 of a second to get ready. Close your eyes, Marge. And now you're ready for a night on the town.
Homer, you've got it set on whore.
Chris, question 2.
Which male TV character is totally your type? Let's see. We've got Owen Hunt from Grey's Anatomy, Randall Pearson from This Is Us, Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones, Jason Mendoza from The Good Place, Pablo Escobar from Narcos, or Mr. Big from Sex and the City.
I will say this. It is a damn good thing that I recently burned through 2 seasons of The Good Place in a weekend, or otherwise I would know none of these people.
Do you really not know any of these people?
Look, I recognize the guy from Grey's Anatomy. I will say this, though. He is like probably the 8th hunkiest guy on Grey's Anatomy. Like
the 8th hunkiest?
Yeah, there are way better looking guys
really?
than him.
I don't know. He's pretty hunky. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy.
I don't like him. I've never seen This Is Us. I'm glad it's not weird mustached Milo Ventimiglia that they gave me the option for.
That's true.
I can't stand Jason Momoa, so I won't be picking Khal Drogo. Jason Mendoza is not the guy I would pick from The Good Place. Mm-hmm. But I never really loved the show Narcos, and I don't like this Pablo Escobar guy. I don't like the guy who's been dead for 30 years, but I also don't like the look of this actor.
Right.
And
he's not your man.
I've never cared for the character of Mr. Big.
I fucking hate Mr. Big. Sorry for
or the guy who plays him. I don't really like either.
He's such a douche. Like, so who's your choice then?
I think Process of Elimination makes it a character who is very funny on The Good Place, just Jason Mendoza.
All right then.
So now this is sort of a quick litmus test, basic questions designed to tell whether you were fundamentally good or bad. Number 1, did you ever commit a serious crime?
Yes. I blew up a guy's speedboat after he sued me. And I stole an old lady's fake leg once on a dare.
Did you ever have a personalized license plate?
Yeah, dog. I love butts.
Have you ever paid money to hear music performed by California funk rock band, the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yo, the Chili's? I saw them in concert like 50 times. I once got arrested trying to steal Flea's bass guitar. Oh, that was another serious crime I committed. I should have mentioned that earlier. Is it just me? Or am I acing this test?
Oh, this is bad.
Moving along. Pick a winter boot.
Yeah, this is clearly a quiz designed for women, by the way.
Yeah. Well, no shit. We're gonna have to give you some descriptors because it's a little hard. You have like an ivory, almost Victorian-looking heeled boot.
Good words.
That
good words.
Is laced up. You have a black lace-up boot that is pointed with a stiletto heel.
Has like a ribbon around the top?
Yeah, so the laces are like a ribbon rather than normal laces. You have like a cream Timberland boot. You have a brown, pretty straight up like
workish,
a worker
leathery boot.
Like it's more of like a, a more casual take on that kind of boot.
Sure.
Then you have black like mid-calf, so not ankle, kind of higher than ankle, not quite to the knee. Heeled boots that are also pointed. There's a lot of heeled ones. I mean, the flat ones are kind of ugly too, so it's a weird combination.
Although, to be fair, one of those flat ones looks like a boot I wear all the fucking time.
Yes. And then you have...
Spoiler alert.
Then you have a white leather Chelsea boot that's also high-heeled, pointed, more of like an almond toe, I guess, and very... similar height to the last one, so it kind of like higher than an ankle boot, lower than to the knee.
I will say this: I do like several of these boots. I think the last one is fantastic. I love the white patent leather. I think I like the black decal on the side to make it a slip on.
It's it's like the Chelsea stretch part.
But I like the way it looks with the white. I like the one before too, the black mid calf.
So like typically they're like sock boots, but
this doesn't look like a sock boot
because they don't stretch the way that a sock boot. But it's kind of that height where it's.
I don't mind the ribbon one either, but as I said first and foremost, I mean, one of these looks like a boot I actually do wear, so it would be unconscionable of me to not pick the one I would actually wear as a winter boot, because it's the one I often do and have been wearing this winter, which is this boring brown leather boot, the manliest of all of them.
I thought you were going to say the cream Victorian one.
Only on special occasions, Chris.
All right, then. Boring brown it is.
That's what I say when I look in the toilet. It's there. I mean, it's not very interesting.
Wow.
Boring brown it is.
Wow.
Hush up. Next question.
Hi. Oh my God. Oh, Monica, those boots are amazing. They're mine.
Yeah, well, too bad we're gonna have to return them.
Return them? Shh, they're gonna hear you. Honey, I'm not returning them, okay? I mean, I know they cost a lot, but I'm gonna wear them all the time. You'll see. Besides, I love the compliments. I mean, have you ever had something that was so beautiful that everyone wants it?
I have you.
Oh. Nice try. I'm keeping the boots.
Pick a pop diva.
Here we go.
You have Edith Piaf, Whitney Houston, Taylor Swift, Stevie Nicks, Mariah Carey, and Liza Minnelli.
A lot of good choices here. Sadly, my preferred option of Ariana Grande not here.
Yeah, but
you know, this quiz might have been written before she reached superstar status in 2018, when she broke up with Pete Davidson. Thank God. That's right. I'll say it. Probably best for her. Look, I've always been a big Whitney fan. I do want to dance with somebody who loves me. I think everyone does. The greatest love of all is also a song I'm pretty sure she sang.
Oh my God, you're exhausting.
I gotta fill in some fluff here, Chris. I am also a big Taylor Swift fan, to be fair.
I know. You're all about Team Tay-Tay.
I am not. That is a lie.
Yeah.
I like some of her songs. I do hate Shake It Off, though.
Yeah, but like...
Who doesn't?
So what?
I do love 22, which is a weird song for me to like, but fuck you guys. I like it. And then there's always, obviously,
Liza.
One singular sensation. Anyway, I don't even know if she sang that song. It seems like a song she would be singing in this image of Liza Minnelli.
I'm pretty sure that's from Chicago.
Okay, name a song from Chicago.
There's one about like going to jail for killing someone.
City,
I don't know.
No one lives here.
I know.
It's where everyone comes from in the 90s.
I'm sure I would know them if I heard them.
Good point.
Oh, All That Jazz. Right? I'm pretty sure.
Singular sensation.
I'm pretty sure All That Jazz.
It might be. Mariah Carey's fine, although I've never really loved a lot of her songs aside from All I Want for Christmas Is You. Obviously, I'm not a monster. Stevie Nicks is great, but I mean, it's really a choice between Whitney Houston and Taylor Swift, and to be perfectly honest, I probably have listened to more Taylor Swift songs in my life.
Definitely.
So I will go with Taylor Swift on this one.
I'm telling you, this machine is broken. Ask me a question.
Is Jay-Z really your favorite artist?
Yes, obviously.
Lie.
See, it's busted.
Is it? Or is your favorite artist really Taylor Swift?
No.
Lie.
All right, fine. She is. She makes me feel things.
She makes all of us feel things!
Chris, I believe this is the last question, mostly because it starts with the word finally. And also a question that's right up your alley.
These are all very Chris.
We really should have had you take this quiz.
I mean, really. I would have known, like, in a second. I would have been like, nope, that's it.
That's no fun, though.
All right. Finally, pick a crystal. All right. You have some rose quartz, got some amethyst. I think that's supposed to be ruby.
Oh, baby.
That looks like emerald.
Okay.
Then you have, I mean, it looks kind of like blue fluorite or like, yeah.
Sure.
That's pretty much what it looks like.
I will not
and then
disagree. It's just
stalagmites and stalactites.
Yes. It's not going to be those because they're ugly and creepy.
They're pretty. But I don't understand why you would have put that in.
Because maybe there's a witch
weird.
that has...
loves caves.
Yeah.
Cave dweller.
which one would that be? Marge from that episode of The Simpsons the Halloween episode where she becomes a witch and then she goes to live with Patty and Selma in their cave.
Right.
I'll be that.
Right.
I have bats in my hair.
Choice, Al.
Look. Out of these, I think the nicest one is probably this rose quartz.
Actually, now that I look at it, I don't think that it's either emerald or that's malachite. That might be malachite.
Okay. I don't think BuzzFeed put in
the green one. I mean,
I understand. When you said it might be emerald, I understood which one you were talking about.
Just to be safe.
I don't think BuzzFeed put in quite as much specificity with these. It's just like, can you get
here's a colored rock?
Can you just get 6 photos of rocks, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going with the, as you described it, rose quartz.
That is definitely rose quartz.
And I think it looks very nice here. His second one, I believe you said was...
amethyst.
That's what I believe you said. Thanks for filling it in because I didn't know. It's also very nice, but rose quartz is where I'm going. I'm that kind of saucy bitch. I will now look away from the screen so that Chris can reveal it in... All right, Chris, take it away. Which
witch are you?
Yes.
You have any guesses of which witch you might be? Which TV or movie witch?
I would love to be a Harry Potter witch, so...
like Professor McGonagall?
So Professor McGonagall or even fucking...
Hermione?
I was going to say Ginny Weasley, but Hermione also works. Chris, who did I get?
You got Cordelia Fox.
Oh, very good.
I had to go blind to see things about you I couldn't see before. A bad cosmic joke. It's a different kind of clarity. An absolute clarity I've never had. The images almost vibrate with light.
Thank Christ she's finally got your number.
She's high as a kite. You know what they gave her before we left the hospital?
I'm high, all right, but it's not the drugs. And rest assured, you will be accountable for every single betrayal, no matter how deep you think your secrets are buried. Now get out of here. Get out!
Baby. Now, you're my heart.
I'd get out while you still can, Jughead.
I was looking at the list of like famous TV witches or famous movie witches. I'm like, I don't want to be Jessica Lange.
Yeah.
But I will be Sarah Paulson and her awesome like no eyes.
But I thought you hated her.
The character?
Yeah.
No, I loved her.
Really?
She's the best one. And then like her ex-boy, is her ex-husband that throws like acid in her face?
I can't remember who it was. Wasn't it her? I think maybe, was it?
It might have been somebody who was in business with her mother trying to get back at her. But then she gets that awesome look where it's like she's got no eyes, but she gets like second
powers.
sense.
She hadn't really had like very good.
She was a shit
powers.
Witch.
Yeah, she was a shit. Witch.
She was the Hilda from Chilling Adventures where she just grows a bunch of shit and it's like, oh look, my magic is I give you a plant.
No, we can't say that. Like Hilda has powers. Like she knows. The thing is, she knows about like tons of stuff, and she makes baked goods.
That is true. The deadliest witchcraft of all.
For those of you who don't know, Cordelia Fox is from season 3 of American Horror Story, Coven.
Yes, I believe a lot of the Coven cast also comes back in the most recent season of American Horror Story.
Which is the most recent one?
I think it's Apocalypse.
Yeah, I haven't seen Apocalypse.
I haven't. I watched most of the Trump one.
I couldn't watch it.
Whatever, Scary Clowns or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
It was okay. I just like recently I've not been able to get through full seasons of American Horror Story. I like watched most of it and like 3 episodes before the finale I'm just like, I don't really care anymore.
The last one, so I watched all of Coven and then was Freak Show after Coven?
Yes.
It was. So since then to Roanoke. Roanoke was the only recent one that I actually watched all of.
Yeah. After Freak Show was Hotel.
I couldn't watch Hotel.
I tried so many times to watch Hotel and I only got like 3 episodes.
It's just like the whole main character story, like with the cop was so fucking boring.
It was, and the fact that everyone in the hotel is dead kind of like takes away some of the interest for me.
I don't know. Anyway, let's read what it says.
Yes, best part of any BuzzFeed quiz.
Cordelia Fox. Al. You're constantly being underestimated by even your own friends and family.
What a bitch.
You don't really mind, though. After all, revenge is that much sweeter when served as a surprise, isn't it?
That's true. That's why I tricked Chris into coming on this podcast so I could murder her.
All the time.
This will teach you to constantly underestimate me. Al can't dunk a basketball. Well, now you're dead, Chris. So who's dunking now? You're going 6 feet down. That's what I think.
I'm dunking.
Yeah. I'm dunking
into the ground.
I'm dunking your corpse into that fucking hole. There you go, folks.
Fun times.
Family.
You heard it here first.
Sisters. There you go. Not exactly who I expected, but I'm actually quite happy with being Cordelia Fox. If you...
I don't know that I would be.
No? Did you have one that you thought you would like to be? No, you'll never.
Who would I like to be
get to take this quiz
from TV or movies? Which witch?
The Wicked Witch of the West.
I kind of liked
Hermione.
Like growing up, I really liked Practical Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Hermione's just like the ultimate boss bitch. Professor McGonagall is like amazing. I'd love to be
Ursula.
Like the Sea Witch? No, thank you. I don't want to be Ursula.
Some people might not know.
Fuck those poor unfortunate
some people might not know
souls.
this. Sea Witch is Chris's nickname.
Yeah,
What's going on,
C
Sea
like
Witch?
the letter C.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
T-shirts are available at chrisconkers.com.
Merch coming soon.
And also, if you are Professor McGonagall, your first name is Minerva, and this is a cool name.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Minnie McGonagall.
Yeah.
Minnow. Or you can be Beatrix Lestrange. And that way, you wouldn't want to be her because
you
then
mean
you have
Bellatrix?
Huh?
Bellatrix.
Beatrix.
No,
there's an L there. It's
Bellatrix.
Sorry. It's my Latino heritage coming out. Beatrix Lestrange. 2 L's equals a Y.
You're really bad at this.
Wait, I'm bad at speaking Spanish.
I'm gonna get murdered again.
Yes.
Revenge.
That's right. Just wait till the next episode.
I think he's just gonna make cookies and then like poison them because it said revenge is best served sweet.
Nah, I'm just gonna like buy you a Quest cookie and then just like put a whole bunch of sarin on it. Sprinkle. Fiona Good, who was Jessica Lange's character in Coven.
I'm not that like manipulative. Wow.
I respect Fiona Good.
Mm-hmm. Obviously not me though.
Powerful woman.
You obviously don't respect me.
That's not true. I wouldn't have you on the show if I didn't. This is all getting cut out.
Yeah, right.
Chris, were you a fan of The Craft?
No. It was. I mean, I liked it, but then it was also like I wouldn't want to be any of those people.
I understand. Well, then you're not going to be Nancy Downs.
Maybe someone from Charmed, the original Charmed.
Sure.
I actually liked Shannon Doherty.
Not the person, but the character.
Her character.
Yes. Or Willow from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No, I don't want to be Willow.
No one wants to be Willow.
I don't want to explain why I don't want to be Willow because I feel like you get into a whole thing. Mm-hmm. People are like very, very
protective of Willow.
Yeah, which
sure.
I don't blame you.
An early lesbian character on TV.
Yeah, it's important.
It is. But I think you don't like her because she's a redhead and you despise redheads.
No, it has nothing.
We've all seen the Ed Sheeran poster you ripped up, Chris.
It was just like, I feel like I would want to be more of an assertive character, whereas I feel like she did a lot of the work, but was always kind of like hiding her light under a bushel.
But she does have a progression.
She does.
She does.
I'm just thinking like season 1.
Sure, the good seasons. But when your friend is not Sarah Jessica Parker, but
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar. How can you not be like in the shadows? Come on.
I think that's a bad mentality to have.
Well, look, I'm not saying she should be, but I'm saying you're going to be because it's fucking 90 Sarah Michelle Gellar. Okay? Chris, thank you so much for being Quizmaster and coming by and putting me to the test. I think I've succeeded with flying colors as I often do. But always good to have you here. And especially good to get your knowledge of beauty makeup stuff. People can find out more about your knowledge of beauty and makeup stuff over at chrisconkers.com. No H in any of that. They can also follow you.
Not Chris Chonkers. No.
Not Tris Chonkers. I can't read your name if there's an H in there. It confuses me. Also, follow her on Instagram and Twitter at Cris Conkers. Again, no H. That would be great if you had to get the H in there.
That would suck.
If someone had registered it without the H and you had to just
Some
like, put
people
it in
do.
there.
Some people, like big YouTubers and stuff, have to have like different things for their Instagram.
I bet that's why I try really hard to get Sabrina's Witch Trials everywhere. Although on Twitter I couldn't because Sabrina's Witch Trials as a phrase is too long. So Sabrina Podcast on Twitter if you want to follow the podcast there. But Sabrina's Witch Trials on Facebook and Instagram. That's where people post photos of their legs. But also on Instagram, you can follow us there. And do listen to us wherever you are, including TuneIn, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, your favorite podcatcher, the Google Play podcast section, and of course YouTube. Check us out in all those places. Subscribe in all those places. Review us in all those places that you can, and leave us comments in all those places because it's good to know that you're listening and good to know what you like. But I do want to say thank you to everyone for listening, and until next time, we will see you in the other realm.
The home, the one true supreme.